Hello all, welcome back to the FAQ videos on personal interviews and group discussions. In this video, we're going to look at a very important area which is stereotyping. Last year, when Deloitte visited Naranama Women's College, the HR has asked a question to a lady, and the question goes like this. If Deloitte makes you an offer and after 2 years, your parents bring you a marriage proposal and your fiancé does not want you to work or is working in a place where Deloitte is not operating, what are you going to do? Now, such kind of questions are generally oriented towards ladies. Now, once again, I have with me Mr. Abdullah, our personal development expert, to elaborate and to help us understand how do we handle such kind of stereotype questions. Mr. Abdullah, if a lady is asked this question about her marriage plans, about she leaving the organization after getting married, what is the company looking forward to? What kind of answer will win her the confidence of the company?
In fact, yes, this is stereotyping. As much as the fact that would you be going for higher education is also stereotyping. The fact of the matter is, when company is looking for an individual to recruit, it wants a little bit commitment. It need not be for 5 years, 10 years, but generally 2 to 3 years would be a safe bet. That is one of the reasons you would notice quite a few companies do have bonds also spanning this period of 2 to 3 years. Now, if I am a lady and I am asked this question about your marriage plans, and if it so happens that as I am being interviewed, my father is interviewing a gentleman outside for his son-in-law. Now, obviously, this is something that could scare the company. The key word is could. I am not using the word would. The reason is, if the company were to give me an offer and it so happens that and my marriage is fixed, and therefore I am required to go to a place where the company does not have an office, exactly the question that Deloitte has actually asked, then the lady might actually end up preferring the personal thing rather than the professional thing. So, it is a risky thing. So, I would generally highlight to a lady the fact that interview is all about selling. So, give a comfort to the company that you will be not getting married at least for 2 to 3 years. Now, how is the story to be built? That can be built through personalization. For example, if it so happens that I am the lady and I do have elder sister who is also not married, I can hide behind that. I can also hide behind by saying the fact that in my family, ladies generally get married only when they are 25, 26. So, if these are facts, good. So, if a question were to be asked, you are a lady, what are your marriage plans? I would say that frankly, in my family, girls get married only at about 25, 26. I am only 20 right now, so it's a little too early for me to even think of marriage. That probably is a very good answer. You are giving confidence to the company that, look, marriage is not going to become a hindrance right now. Now, yes, there's an element of bluff that is happening. There's no denying in that. The good thing about companies now is that they are maturing. They are respecting the fact that women might need to leave because of marriage. Companies are also recognizing the fact that today, women, when they are working, they generally look for a partner who has a similar profile in a similar area too. So, in case of Deloitte, for example, if it so happens that I am a lady, there's no reason why I need to give up on a good job. You know, generally in the olden days, if a conflict was between a fiancé and a company, I had to either change the fiancé or change the company. Today, I can choose the fiancé according to the company as well. So, companies today are becoming a little more broad-minded. They do understand the fact that women probably would still give preference to the professional self. But having said that, let's take a safe bet. If I am a lady, I would say that, look, marriage is not in cards immediately. And even if the marriage is in card, I am very conscious that I will look for a hubby who is also in the field of technology and preferably in the same company. Why not? I mean, today these are big companies. So, to come to the question of that was specifically asked by Deloitte, for me that question is an easier question because the company is saying after 2 years, which means I have already served the company 2 years. So, company is not going to be worried too much about it, but my answer nevertheless would be the same. I would go for the company rather than the guy. So, what would my answer be? Frankly, I consider myself as a professional and I would like to marry a person who allows me or understands my aspirations, that I would like to balance both my professional life as well as personal life. So, I am 100% confident about the fact that if I were to get married, I would look for a person who is in the same technology area if possible, and if possible in the same company. But if it so happens that my fiancé says that I should not be working, then I am very confident about the fact that he will not continue being my fiancé. The beauty is, today girls have choices, and I can give you many examples of girls, and I am sure you come across in the newspaper as well, where girls from a rural background, uneducated, whom you would otherwise call as gawar, they have cancelled marriages because there are lack of bathrooms or latrines in the places where the in-laws stay. So this revolution is not just happening in the big corporate world, it's happening in the rural India as well. So I don't see any reason why a company will not consider that as a convincing answer.
Brilliant. In fact, one of the stereotyping we generally see, especially during interviews, I know it's a very objective question. They would like to understand how the ladies are handling this question also, but specifically targeted towards ladies has been towards the fact that late working hours in companies or night shifts. So one of the questions they ask is that how comfortable are you working late?
Right.
And today most of the technological companies are also looking forward for people working late and willing to be there in company to complete the project, etc. So when such questions come regarding late work hours, late night shifts, working late, etc., how should a lady handle that question?